What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Draymond and welcome to Thorium Gaming. We're back with episode 30 of Freezer to Fallout, our attempts to free the Commonwealth and make everybody happy and stop the evil from corrupting what's left of humanity after the Great War. So we've been building up for a while now. The last month or so we've been going around on scrounging runs, and while we're not exactly in a superb place, all things considered, I think it's time that we started kicking things off with the Institute. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Piper and I are going to go in, and we're going to get right down to dealing with the Institute and all of its wickedness. We do have some artillery set up, a couple of concrete slabs and a firm base for our artillery. Give us access to some reinforcements around the castle. But overall, we still have pretty light defenses. There's 8 people here. Some of them are on defense, some of them are making food, and doing all of the stuff that we really need. And we do have a second piece of artillery right here. So I don't know if we have someone assigned to it just yet. But to deal with the Institute requires us to go back there and actually start kicking things off. So before we do that, let's see if we can find Ronnie Shaw and pick up some more 50 cal and other ammunition towards that end. I know she is around here somewhere. I just don't know exactly where she tends to disappear to. That's just one of our settlers who's eventually going to become a combatant later on. Some flamer fuel. Nice to find. I guess we didn't really explore the castle too heavily when we were here. We have some power, we got a lot of turrets and defenses, should help us maintain control over the castle. Just need to find Ronnie so we can get some ammunition. She's somewhere out here. There she is, right next to the armory.
Got a minute?
Running low on supplies, General?
Yes, we are. Turn my volume up just a tiny bit on my end.
Let me see what you've got.
Here's what we have on hand.
Alright, so we are running a 44 pistol, 50 caliber sniper rifle, shotgun, which we have no shells for, and a 45 caliber combat rifle. We don't have a lot of cash, but we're going to pick up what we can. So there's some 45 rounds. Grab these 50 cal rounds. And what do you have for shotgun rounds? So that's pretty much going to wipe out our inventory for this. Of course, I keep hitting escape. But that should allow us, and of course I hit the wrong button, to reload a fair number of our weapons and be situated with some decent setup. Now I do still have a 308 sniper rifle with us, just in case we run low on 50 cal, which honestly can happen. There's a couple of people here doing some farming, but we're going to go and kick off things with the Institute, and we do have some auto turrets here near our front gate. So normally, you can't really go into the Institute proper by walking. The only way in is via teleportation. So that's what we're going to do. And hopefully this doesn't blow up in our faces, which it entirely could. I do not entirely know if Piper's going to come with us, and it doesn't look like she is.
Nice work bringing that rogue scent.
Sounds like those raiders at Libertalia were quite a handful.
So from what I've understood, because I've never done the Minuteman playthrough, we have to go in and basically kick off a giant fight. So let's pick one of the wings. And now, I'm really tempted to go to the Black Banded wing, which is the Reclamation wing, Synth Retention, SRI. This is where we're going to find most of the heavy armored synths. So we're going to go into the SRB. And while in here, this is where we're going to kick things off. Because they have coursers in here, they have a bunch of stuff. If we're going to fight the best they got, I would prefer to do it right away and not have to deal with it afterwards. So to set this up, let's go ahead and throw on some buff out. Make our damage resistance a little bit higher. Let's make sure we're equipping the right gun. Seems like random wanted murder, which it kind of is, but this is the Institute. If we can get rid of their soldiers to begin with, shouldn't be too much of a worry. Would you look at that? Bunch of fusion cells. 10mm rounds. Let's actually grab that scattering rifle. The Institute weapons are slightly weaker than the regular laser weapons that you're going to run into and pick up. But if we have to fall back to using an energy weapon, I'd rather use at least something that's got a bit of kick to it. I would be tempted to grab some Institute coats, one from every department, to give to our scientists and stuff, out of a kind of sense of irony. We'll see how many of them we can keep with us while we're doing this. It still doesn't entirely sit well with me that we have to go in and basically blow up all the things to set things off with the Institute. Like I said, wanted to start off against their best troops. Now we gotta find a place that we can hole up in. Limit the amount of synths and Institute scientists that can come at us at a time. Hopefully this isn't an endless situation. There is still a lot of synths coming at us. Like I said, we're going to be going through a lot of ammunition. Less so if they keep coming at us like this. But this is a lot of things coming at us. So we'll see how it shakes out in the end. We've got a black, a blue, a red, yellow, and a bunch of fusion cells. I'm guessing that we can't kill that particular one. Oh, and that was Father that we ended. It's a tad bit ghoulish to be grabbing everything that we can do, but at the same time, gotta make sure that the Institute can't do anything else. We'll grab that better rifle. And of course we are now overweighted. So let's go to the apparel and see what we can drop. So we've got a couple of those. And we'll drop 2 of them. We'll drop a blue one. Keep Father's lab coat because, well, as we know, that was a little bit closer to home than we wanted. Drop the scattered Institute rifle because we have another one that we picked up. A tactical boosted Institute rifle. Might as well pull that out and use it for at least the next little bit. And it is single shot, so we should still get the rifleman perk. Not exactly how I thought things would shake out. I was expecting another quest. Again, I haven't done the Minutemen side of things before, so let's just take a look at what we got. We have to escape from the Institute. That's literally our goal right now. We should probably track that one. It is above us, so I'm guessing the elevator in the center is where we gotta go, and then get out that way. Still more of them. Oh, you did ya? Then why wasn't I under heavy guard every single time I came in here?
Why is it gotta be so quiet? I ain't letting you get me.
I think we already have a green Institute lab coat, but we'll grab it just in case. It's not like we're gonna have a chance to get any more of this, so... that some of them are just running at us with their fists doesn't really imply that they're the most... Wow, that's where we were hiding out to begin with. Look at all the scorch marks on the walls. It's a little intense. And that is a child synth that we can't actually hurt. And I'm hoping this will take us out. Death to the Institute in one fell swoop. I honestly thought it was going to take more than that to take down the Institute. I was all geared up for an incredibly tough fight. And while finding that little corner to hide in definitely helped us out.
Emergency relay activated. Relay powering up. Ready in 10, 9, 8.
We'll have to get ourselves a good laser rifle too. With the amount of fusion cells we have, probably a good idea.
5.
And this countdown is totally not in real time. Our boy was dead a long time ago.
Relay online and engaging.
really doesn't matter how good he thought things were going to be. When you act like that, well, oh, we have a level up too. It's fruit of the poison tree, essentially. I mean, he made his choice, and he was doing horrible and diabolical things. I can't really speak as a father or anything, because I do not have children myself. But I know that my own dad would very, very much disapprove if I went the whole mad scientist route. So I'm guessing we now have to go talk to Preston Garvey to begin building up the Minutemen towards taking over the Commonwealth. But while we're over here, we do have the ability to report our success to the people at Oberland, which isn't a bad idea. It's kind of funny, my dad is, generally speaking, not the sciencey type, whereas I kind of love science in all its forms, science fiction, and gaming, of course. But my dad, he goes out of his way to try and incorporate science jokes into certain things, and it's more telling of his personality than anything else, I think. Because, well, he may not understand it, may not like it, all that sort of stuff. He's really cool to the interests of his kids, both biological and adopted. And I don't mean, like, legal adoption, all that sort of stuff, but the brothers and sisters I have that are brothers and sisters, because my mother and father did not have enough children to give their love and affection to. So I have a lot of siblings, and love them just as much as if they were blood.
I'm looking for trouble.
I cleared that place out for you. Should be safe for your friends to move in now.
Nice to have some good news around here for a change.
It's rather nice, actually, and that my dad can go out of his way for so many people who are completely different. Like, I am the geek in the family, that's not a doubt. Just basically getting around to the point that he's awesome. Alright, so let's talk to Preston.
Hi, I've received word from the castle. Apparently, they've spotted hostiles scouting the perimeter. You should go find out what's going on.
Awesome.
The Minutemen are on a roll. I helped that settlement you sent me to, and cleared the way for a new settlement in the process.
That's fantastic news. We're gonna take back the whole Commonwealth from the bad guys at this rate. I'll let you know if I hear of any settlements that need our help. In the meantime, make sure to offer help to anyone that needs it. That can only help our cause.
Alright, so while we're here... Wait, do we have another one to turn into Preston? I think we do, but he's kind of booking it towards the castle, I think.
Remember that settlement that was asking for help? All safe and sound again.
Good. This is how we're gonna take back the Commonwealth. One small victory at a time. But our work is never done. It's what we signed up for. I'll mark the location on your map.
Alright, so there was some extra experience. Let's see if we have a laser rifle here that we can upgrade, because we have a lot of fusion cells. So I'm pretty sure we should. That is a shotgun? Actually, if we have the resources, we might as well upgrade that, because it's pretty awesome. I completely forgot we'd picked it up. Those are laser muskets. Stalker's SMG. Do we not have a laser rifle? Ah, we have an automatic laser pistol, but we can change that fairly easily.
Carry something before you cripple yourself.
So this is the beauty of laser weapons. First things first, let's find our shotgun. And let's put it back to stock. So now it's just a stock gun. So let's go to Le Fusil Terrible. I probably completely butchered that. Throw a powerful receiver on. It's got a way better barrel. We can put the marksman stock that we just took off onto it. Keep the drum magazine. Put a reflex stock sight on it and put that compensator on. So now it is beautifully upgraded. Now let's take off. I don't think we do not have the requirements to make that, which kind of sucks. Actually, what would it take? Just need one more adhesive. Before we go anywhere else.
You have no idea what it's been like scrounging around for 2 centuries with this ugly rock.
Let's see if we are able to build some vegetable starch. And this is why I was telling you guys to use your mute fruit, corn, and potatoes for this very purpose. We had no adhesive up here. We've transferred pretty much everything over to the castle. So now we can go in and go to our tactical boosted institute rifle. And we should be able to... Oh, we do not have the screws for it. Well, that's okay. We can actually scrap this, get 2 of the screws, because we have a named shotgun now. We can actually break down our 308. I don't think we're going to need it, so let's break it down. Put a standard capacitor on there. And we're missing the fiber optics for a short barrel. Let's actually go back and look at our capacitor for all these first. Just a standard capacitor is fine, I guess. We are going to have to wait until we get to the castle to deal with it. But first things first, since the castle is going to be under attack anyway, we have to put this into the spot that was vacated by the other shotgun. Now we have a named shotgun that does a lot of damage. So that's going to help out. Now, where is what's-her-face? Usually we have a merchant running around.
It's like I can finally think straight.
Oh well. We will deal with that at a later time. For right now, the castle needs our help. Okay, so now that we're at the castle, and we know that the enemy is coming, let's do some last-minute defensive preparations. We should have enough to set up some more turrets, machine guns, that sort of stuff. Just as kind of a final last line of defense, and especially with this fog, it's going to be a very, very tough challenge to be able to see where these guys are coming from. So now, I'm not entirely thrilled with how open and exposed this access lane is. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up a couple of heavier turrets up on this wall to kind of give us a little bit of inflating fire down there. Now I know the missile turrets up here, from one little thing I did in the off-camera time, they tend to shoot a lot of missiles right here, so we don't want to go there. So what we can do is set up a guard post right here, and hopefully that'll block our own troops from going out into that general area. But we do want to set up as many turrets as we can, guarding the approaches and making sure that, well, the bad guys don't really see it coming. So we'll do a little bit towards the last minute defenses of the castle. Under normal circumstances, I might have ended up setting up a bunch of cover to fill the breaches in the walls and do that sort of stuff, but this is kind of getting down to the nitty-gritty. We've angered the Institute and gotten to the point where I just kind of want to be done with all of this. Not with the playthrough, of course, I mean with the defenses that we're setting up. So now if we can set up a concrete wall, just away from the door, we'll set it up right about there. And that should provide us a little bit cover and force the enemies to go directly into turret fire. So what we can do with those is actually set up turrets to directly watch the sides of those walls. And we are out of oil for those ones. But that is okay. We'll need to direct some power over to that laser turret. And then this one on this side should have enough guys guarding it. But we'll set up another turret there. And then we'll connect that to that big relay. If we go down to our power and into the miscellaneous one, I guess it's not miscellaneous. Connectors and switches, that would be the proper one. Set up a large connector there. It's just a little too far out of range. And I didn't mean to hit escape, I should have hit tab. But that's not an uncommon problem for me. So we'll set up a little bit of a relay right here. Connect it to the big one there. Connect it to the big one there. And connect that one into that little turret. So now we have a ton of defenses guarding the main gate, guarding the side approaches. We should be ready for this. Just do a quick tab in, tab out for an autosave, just in case, 'cause bad things could happen. Now where is Lady Shaw? There she is.
Glad you made it in time, General. I guess we're about to find out if these new Minutemen really have what it takes. We've seen a lot of those Institute crow things sniffing around. Looks like they're getting ready to try to take us out. We've called in volunteers, so we aren't short of people. We'll see how these greenhorns do in a real battle. I'm feeling pretty good about our defenses, but it sure wouldn't hurt for you to take a look around and shore up any weak points you see.
Well, we already did that. So before we jump right into the fight, let's go to our inventory and equip some artillery smoke grenades. So let's take a quick look at what's coming. There they are. Really hard to see them in this fog. Less hard when they start shooting at me. That did not go very far at all.
What just happened?
Alright, so we're up to 10% of the castle defended. We've got Minutemen with rocket launchers, miniguns. Looks like we're holding pretty good so far. But noted how that artillery smoke grenade went, we should probably swap back to just regular frag grenades. Now it looks like our frontline defenses are doing some work. Ooh, that was close. Our own missile turrets are giving us a run for our money. Does not help that the Institute can transport its troops right inside. southwest, huh? So if we're up here, we should be able to fight against them. That was a legendary synth patroller. I am not seeing these forces. There they are. Oh, that is a lot of missiles. At least we know the missile turrets are doing a massive amount of work. Just look at the amount of death that's being fired out on the front. Well, that squad just got annihilated by our defenses. It's kind of scary impressive to see the amount of just pure annihilation that our defenses are unloading. Not really having to do much here, but yeah, there's that. Alright, so let's go to our data and defend the castle. Ronnie, where are you? There you are.
Hey there.
I guess the Institute will think twice before tangling with the Minutemen again. I hear you're working on figuring out how to hit back at those rats. I hope you find a way, and soon. I'd like another crack at them with the shoe on the other hand. Preston wanted to talk to you. Maybe he has some good news.
Alright, so time to talk to Preston. Before we do that, however, let's go in front of the wall of annihilation and see exactly what happened.
Listen up, kiddies. The Institute thought they could
gotta
push
have
us
something
around,
they
and
know
we
we
showed
don't.
them different. Next time, we're going to be taking the fight to them, and we'll see how they'll like it. But we don't have time to sit around congratulating ourselves. We're the Minutemen, gold darn it! And that means we've always got to be ready for the next fight. Let's get back to it, people.
Alright, well, our front door defenses worked freaking amazingly. The rear guard defenses did astoundingly well, and the center defenses almost killed us. So, overall, I'd call it a win. We didn't die, and the castle is defended.
Minuteman territory. We'll now return to our normal broadcast. Keep those dials set to Radio Freedom.
It's a little bit slow moving because I overburdened ourselves grabbing some of those weapons. We're going to toss them in here just in case we have to come back and use an energy weapon later on. There's also other reasons why I'm doing it, but we'll get to those at a different time. Alright, so where's Mr. Garvey now?
It's time for us to strike back against the Institute.
I have some good news for you. Sturgis found a way into the Institute. We can launch an attack whenever you say the word.
Alright, well, I guess we should ask how we got in.
The secret way in. He's been analyzing that data you brought back. Turns out, it included maps of their whole underground complex. He found some old tunnel that's still open to the surface. Cooling water for their reactor, I think. I figure you can get in that way and secure the teleporter, then use it to bring in the rest of our troops. We fight our way to their reactor, fix it to blow, and get the hell out of it.
Sounds good. I'll get the details from Sturgis.
We'll be standing by for you to teleport us into the Institute.
Alright, so that technically starts the nuclear option, where we deal with the Institute properly. Sturgis, of course, should still be back up at Sanctuary. So we'll go talk to Sturgis, but we have 9 people there now. We haven't even done the combat zone. We still have a lot to do, but we're going to be picking that up when we start the DLCs. There's lots of stuff I want to do. Before we do anything else, though, let's go in. Look at what we can upgrade this time. We've been kind of neglecting our lockpicking and things. Science, we are still 6 levels away from. So yeah, let's grab the next rank in lockpicking. I grabbed a further rank in that earlier, but now this should open up a lot of stuff for us. Kind of lost my train of thought there. We're going to be doing some endurance stuff over the next little bit because we're pretty squishy at the moment. We're going to talk to Sturgis, but we're not going to get fully into the nuclear option this week. But we're getting there. Episode 30 and we finally kicked things off and it was fun. Alright, Mr. Sturgis, where are you?
She's working through the law center.
Hey, boss. I've been hoping you'd stop by. I found your way into the Institute.
That's great news.
That's great news.
I was kind of hoping there'd be something worth all the time I spent cracking their encryption. Turns out there was. One of the things in the data you stole was a plan of the whole Institute complex, including the older sections that used to be part of CIT. Turns out they're still using an old water pipe that runs out to the river. Brings in cooling water to their reactor. Its entrance is underwater, and is blocked by a security grate. Also, the whole pipe is labeled high radiation danger, but there isn't any other way in that I can find. So it's this, or nothing.
Okay, the security grate. How are we going to get past that?
How do I get past the security grate?
Oh, right. I found the code that should open it. So all you have to do is survive the trip. Now, as soon as you get in there, you need to access the main relay control and use this holotape to teleport everybody into the Institute.
Alright, so that's going to be our adventure for the next episode. But I kind of want to tackle that all on its own. So it might be a little bit shorter this week. But I'm super stoked. We're getting up to the point where we can start taking names and everything. It's going to be great. But anyway, guys, if you did like the video, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join the 232, be part of our community, just hit that subscribe button. And make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video comes up. And remember, guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.